Hey there, guys. Just what did you guys in like that first quarter? Just the things that turned for you guys were what in the first quarter?
I mean, I think that today was a day where we really wanted to focus on ourselves. You know, it's the same every year. You know, you have new composition of teams, including us, and you've been enduring training camp in your own system and trying to familiarize yourself with like new teammates. And so today we just wanted to make an emphasis on staying sharp on the defensive end to create the stops that can give us good shots and good spacing on the offensive end. I think when we really locked into that, we were able to kind of turn that corner.
If you could talk a bit about your three-point shooting, is that something that you think that you'll get with this team this year? Obviously, with last year you shot a career high from like three with this team. Just what type of looks are you getting with this team, sort of this at this stage of your career?
I mean, I think it's kind of like a combination of what I work on at this point in my career, but then also how my coaches empower me to score. You know, I think that Noe has labeled me as like a hybrid, so I can go back to the basket, I can face the basket, but a point of emphasis for me this year was shooting, of course, and so I put up a lot of shots in the off season, and it matches the aspects of the system that Noe wants to see me in. And yeah, I'm a post player. Yeah, I can roll, but kind of really tapping into her offensive mind of spacing and understanding like where I am in space. I'm still trying to learn it, and so I'm hoping that will give me maybe not necessarily like more threes, but just more recognition on in terms of like where I can be a threat in the flow of the system that Noe has. So sure, like if I'm able to stay sharp on that, then you know the system is going to reveal that there are open shots to be made, and I have to knock it down.
Nneka, you talked about focusing on yourself, but I mean the team. What about setting the tone just in terms of defense from start to finish? Looked like y'all did not let up, and then even some of the younger, other players came on there, and they executed the game. And how important is that start to finish?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, Noe came in saying she wanted to win the game, so that's what we came in understanding, and it's on us, you know, the starting group to set the tone in that way. And we have an amazing group of vets, but also an amazing group of younger players who are incredibly focused and are absorbing not just everything that Noe's saying, but everything that the vets are saying, everything that we're doing. And we wanted to ensure that we were doing what we have been working on these last few days in camp. We're not going to steer away from that. We're going to continue to execute the things that we've been seeing in practice. And everybody locked into that, and we were able to maintain that intensity even through, you know, the lulls and the highs of the game.
And Lou, what's it like for you wearing the Storm jersey in then your first game? I know it's preseason, just first impressions.
For me, I feel it's really different. I love wear the Storm jersey. I have the amazing coach team, and I have the cute, lovely teammates. I still learn a lot of things, and my teammates teach me a lot. And yeah, I just try to do some easy things like the practice. Sometimes I feel nervous, and my whole teammates tell me, just do what you want to do and just do easy things. That let me feel really better. Yeah.
Just to follow up on that, if you could, you looked very comfortable out on the floor. Obviously, you had a first half double-double. But just how has the adjustment process been for you, knowing some of the players from LA, but then also being around a lot of new players and in a new system?
I mean, Coach Noelle, she gave me a lot. She's taught me a lot and gave me a lot patience and warm heart for me. She talk to me what I should do, and when I have some mistake, she just it's okay. Don't think about too much, and I just do next things, and all other stuff. And we are the partner. She teach me a lot. Sometimes
We're accountability partners this year.
Yeah. And when I have some, I'm confused, she will teach me and show what can I do. Yeah, that's really different for I was before in anywhere. So I feel really comfortable with this team. And yes, I think it's really different. And I really hope I can do better than better, try to help the team and get a good score.
And then for both of you or either of you, the team posted a video that Erica Wheeler took during Media Day. Seems like she's just a very fun personality. Just wondering if you guys could speak to, because she talked about at Media Day not having to take on such a veteran leadership role here. If you could talk about her role on the team and the kind of energy she brings to the team.
Yeah, Eweezy is one of the many players that I had already played with that I'm now reunited with, and she is very much like a ball of confetti, and we love that. I think that she brings an energy. She brings like a beating heart to the team, and I was talking to her actually before the game about how, we kind of can divide and conquer, really between me, Sky, E, and AC. We are kind of this four-headed leader or this four-headed veteran. And she said she loves that she can just be herself. I said, yeah, that's kind of the type of team we want to have this year. We want everyone to lead in their own way, but it is really refreshing to be on a team with vets that work really hard, with vets that bring something different, each one of them, but then also with vets that you can defer to. I think that as the years go by, that leadership component, which I think it's also a characteristic that is floated around a lot in free agency when teams are seeking a certain type of player. I know it's been asked of me, AC, and even E when trying to figure out where you want to play. But for me, coming here, and I feel like maybe what E is experiencing is they want us to be who we want to be. And if that's natural leader, that's cool. And they already know that, as opposed to being on a team where that's what they need from you, because that burden can be heavy when it's a necessity and you're the only one that can provide it.
Cameron Buford, Voice of the Fans. Nneka, speaking of leadership, is that something that you enjoy doing? And obviously you have that in spades. You've done it throughout your career. But is that something that you enjoy doing and you have fun doing? And then I got a question for Lee, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's very natural to me, by nature and by nurture. I am the oldest daughter of a Nigerian family, so it kind of goes without saying. But I'm also a Cancer sign, so then it's kind of like compounded. But I wasn't always, I wasn't always as vocal as I had been in the past. Tara kind of brought that out of me. I was always a leader that kind of led by example. But there are times when you just have to communicate, And I went through, and I still go through, every situation is different. So I still go through moments where, moments of maybe depletion or moments of questioning, because also being a leader, there's a burden of feeling as though like you have to know the answer to everything. And I found a lot of grace and a lot of growth in not knowing the answer, and growing through that leadership and perhaps seeking a solution, even from those that people wouldn't anticipate you would learn from. And so I think at this point in my career, a big part of leadership is learning from anybody. Everybody is different. Every situation is not the same. And adversity comes in so many different ways. And I think that we have such an amazing team for us to be able to display something like that. And I want to make sure I'm a leader, but I really want to make sure I'm a sister. So yeah.
Well, thank you. Lee, will you touch on, you had a fantastic opening to today's game, but will you touch on what you feel you have to improve upon from this point forward?
I still have a lot of things to improve, and I still learn a lot of things. Like, this is my third year in W, and I still need to learn a lot of things. Like, I have a good teammate. I need to learn a lot of things. I know I have a lot of things to learn from my teammate Nneka, and like another post player. And I still learning how to give my teammates more space, how to control my fall, and I think that's all I need to do. I think maybe just give me some time. I will try to learn fast and do better.
Thank you.
Hey, Coach, how you doing? Hey, I think you talked about her doing training camp this week, but the things that you saw from Li, just in training camp and in this game, could she be like the steal of that whole trade there? Because this game was really impressive.
Following Li's career, seeing her develop, even with her national team, this year she was playing in Europe, like you see these things. And so, if you know, she's developed into a really, really good player. She started at a young age playing pro, and now she's kind of in that age of her career where everything is flourishing. She's in amazing shape. The beginning of camp wasn't really rebounding the ball well, but ends the game with a double-double. She's very smart. She has very good touch. She could pass the ball. So we talk about versatility in every aspect of our team. She's one of the bigs that I wouldn't say is still, but we wanted her because we knew what she had to offer. And coming into camp and seeing her on the floor and getting her in our environment, I think it's good to see that she complements the pieces that we do have.
Am I going next? Okay, sorry, I just wanted to make sure. Hey, Coach. We saw Erica Wheeler start as a shooting guard today. Obviously, then she played some point guard. Just wondering, particularly on the court, what you envision her role to be for this team.
Yeah, well, we're without still 3 players. And so, through camp, that veteran group has been very consistent. They've done really good with picking up concepts and playing together really naturally. And so that was the comfort. We still have Gabby to add. We still have Ezzy to add. And so, this is still an evaluation. And that's what it is. I think E has done a great job in camp. Her leadership shows her ability to get into the paint, spray, things that she's done at a high level in this league for a long time, and how she can complement Sky, getting her off the ball a little bit more. So just, seeing how lineups happen. But again, we're not full strength, just kind of exploring that in camp.
Coach, you have probably a handful of players that are kind of competing for one roster spot. What are kind of keys that you're looking for?
First and foremost, culture fit is going to be important. The culture, having good people in here who are committed to the buy-in, wanting to win, wanting to work hard. And I think all of our candidates or options exemplify that. The next is, the ability to complement the pieces that we do have, stretching the floor, being able to shoot, attacking. And I think one of the biggest things is defensively. Are you physical, capable? Do you have an ability to step up, guard your yard, and obviously play team defense? So a multitude of things, but the fit of the system does matter.
Coach asked you about her pregame, but Mackenzie Combs seemed like she came in and contributed in a number of ways. How much of the work you mentioned that she put in was on display tonight with just rebounding? Just I would list more, but everything that she did tonight.
Let me just check what she did. 8, 9, and 8, right? Is that right? I think that Mac came to market pretty early. And her knee is healthy and she looks in great shape, and she was able to learn, our concepts really quickly and get acclimated really quickly. And what you see is comfort, because she's was able to kind of get a head start in things. And yeah, she's very physical. She can rebound. She's number one, top scorer at Indiana for a reason. She's very efficient in the paint, but even with our offense, as it's like, spaced out a little bit more, a little bit different than she's used to, but I think she's really grasping concepts. And I also think the year that she spent coaching really helped you kind of, see the game in a different lens, but also how to prepare for the game.
Hey, just observations, Coach, from your practice, what you wanted your players to execute, to how they executed. What were some of those observations you see? I get the score, but just concepts and the movement you want them to do.
The biggest thing we've been emphasizing in camp is our spacing. Not getting too crowded, not, getting on top of each other. The next thing we've been emphasizing along with space is our pace, and the other thing is just ball movement. And so I saw those things on the offensive end. Taking good shots helps us kind of set our defense, and, we're finding ways to, we had, 21 assists on 29 made field goals. Please fact check me if I'm wrong, but that's right. So just getting into our flow with our spacing, moving the basketball. And then the other thing on the defensive end, the disruption. I think we, early on, we were super disruptive to start the basketball game. That kind of, there's some synergy between our defense and our offense. Just getting out and playing early is very important. So again, with the veteran group, the translation to the game, the carryover to the game was there because they were committed to making sure we're staying locked into what we've been emphasizing in camp.
As you mentioned, still not the full group, but Zaya is the first player off the bench. Is that sort of a testament to what you've seen from her so far during training camp?
Yes. Again, another player who came to market early. So she's been in the weight room. She's been in the film room a lot. She's just, again, we talked about Matt earlier. I talked about Matt coming in double days. Zaya was doing the same thing. And, there's this want that she has. She wants it. She knows that she's trying to earn a spot, and she's not taking it for granted. Defensively, I've been challenging her to be physical. Zaya is very quick, so offensively to pick her spots, and obviously, working through her catch and shoots and all that. But she's a young player who really, really wants to make a team and impact in this league, and she's done really well in camp, and it showed today as well.
Hey, Coach. Overall, through the practices and the training camp and into this game, what has this team shown you defensively, and does that give you the confidence that they can win games even if the offense is out of rhythm?
Yeah, without Gabby, Izzy, and Dom on the floor, I think, we've shown that we can play in a variety of different ways. We're a very cerebral team. We can play scout-specific. We can play disruptive. We can play solid. The level of communication, we talk about level 3 communication, has been on point. Just the way that they're coaching themselves, through it all. But, we have an ability to be small, big, physical, and I think these are the things that are important when you're talking about having a strong defense. The other thing that I'm going to continue to challenge the group with is rebounding. So we can have, all the athletes in a variety of ways to defend, but if we can't be solid on the boards, then we're not going to be very good defensively. So I'm going to continue to challenge the group to rebound at a high level. Thank you.